So, this is lecture 20 based on your third unit, okay, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about the equalization techniques. Okay. So, why we have required this equalizer, we will discuss this thing. Okay. So, if I talk about this equalizer, okay, so अगर हम बात करें टेक्निक्स वो जो हमारे सिग्नल क्वांटिटी जो क्वालिटी है उसको इम्प्रूव कर सके और जो हमारी लिंक है चैनल लिंक है उसकी परफॉर्मेंस को और ज़्यादा ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकें. सो वी यूज़ थ्री टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, दैट इज़ द इक्वलाइजेशन, second one diversity, and the third one channel coding. Okay, so we have already discussed about this channel coding and this diversity techniques. So this is the next one, or you can say third one. With the help of the equalization we can improve the link performance and the signal quality. Okay, now equalization जब भी हम बात करते हैं तो हम with reference to the ISI, that is your intersymbol interference, okay, also called the ISI. सो ये ISI आता कहाँ से है जो इंटरफेरेंस है, क्योंकि जब हम ट्रांसमिट करते हैं तो जो हमारा सिग्नल होता है वो डिफरेंट मल्टी पाथ को प्रोसेस करके ओके रिसीवर के थ्रू एंड रिसीवर पे रिसीव होता है. ओके, सो इसके वजह से क्या आता है, एक इंटर सिंबल इंटरफेरेंस जनरेट होता है, क्योंकि जो सिग्नल रिसीव हो रहा है वो डिफरेंट पाथ से आ रहा है और ऑब्वियसली द सिग्नल इज टेकिंग different delay also, okay, at the receiver side when it is reaching at the receiver side. Okay, so equalization basically we use when this intersymbol interference, or you can say for combating this ISI we use the equalization techniques or equalizer at the receiver end. Clear? So I hope this point is clear why we are doing this. So if I want to write some important point, so that will be ISI or ISI intersymbol interference caused by multipath in band limited okay, you can say frequency selective, so band limited time dispersive channels that distorts the transmitted signal. Causing bit error at the receiver side. Okay. So if I talk about the broad sense, the equalization can be used to describe any signal processing operation that minimize the ISI. Okay. So you can say that combating with this ISI, for combating this ISI we use the equalizers. Okay. And रिमेंबर कि जब भी हम इक्वलाइजेशन यूज़ करते हैं तो हम बात कर रहे हैं स्मॉल स्केल फेडिंग और स्मॉल डिस्टेंस जो हमारी फेडिंग होती है उस केस में जो हमारा ISI आता है उसकी बात कर रहे हैं. नाउ सिंस दिस मोबाइल फेडिंग चैनल इज़ रैंडम एंड टाइम वेरिंग, ओके, वी नो दिस जो फेडिंग होती है दैट इज़ द रैंडम एंड टाइम वेरिंग. इक्वलाइजर मस्ट ट्रैक द time varying characteristic of the mobile channel and thus are called adaptive equalizer. Okay, so time to time they have to track the this time varying nature, okay, of this channel. Okay, so they must track this nature and that is why they are called the adaptive equalizer. Now, if you want to see the how this equalizer, okay, is modeled in mathematical term, so you can see, you can refer this diagram. Okay. This is a block diagram of a simplified communication system using a adaptive equalizer at the receiver side. Okay. So, you can see that equalizer is available over here. Okay. Equalizer is available here at the receiver side. So, this is the signal x t which we want to transmit it, and it is transmitting with the help of this okay, modulator, transmitter, radio channel, receiver, IF stage and detector, match filter over there, and at here we have added one equalizer over there. Okay. So, here noise is also adding over here, and after that this equalizer available, and then decision maker is added over here, and here is equalization prediction error, that is represented by E t. So, if we want to, what is the value of this y t? Okay. All of us know that how to calculate this y t. So, if I want to write, or if I want to write the equation for this y t, so this y t equal to is nothing else the signal which we want to transmit it x t is convoluted with f of t conjugate of f t. F t is nothing else the overall combined impulse response of this transmitter receiver TFRF. Okay. So, that is represented by f t. So, conjugate with the convolute with the conjugate of this f t plus NBT, NBT that is the noise adding here over here. So, that is the value of y t at this point. Okay. So, where I already told you f star t is denoted the complex conjugate of the f t, NBT is the your baseband noise, okay, at the input of the equalizer, and this is denoted by the your convolution operation. Now, if you want to calculate this, okay, impulse response, this equalizer impulse response is denoted by this H equivalent t, okay, and now you want to calculate the value at this point. Okay. So, let us see at this point the output of the equalizer is dt. So, this dt is nothing else the your this function x t convolution with f star t, okay, and this f star t okay. So, this dt equal to nothing else the x t convolution with f conjugate t convoluting with h equivalent t plus NBT convoluting with h equivalent t. Okay. So, in this way you can calculate the value of this dt. Dt is nothing else the you can represent in this way also x t convolution with g t plus NBT convolution with h equivalent t. Okay. So, this function is represented by g t. Okay, so if I want to this write down the this complex baseband impulse response of a transversal filter equalizer, that is what is the function of this H equivalent T. So, this H equivalent T is nothing else the summation of n C n del T minus n T, okay, where this C n is the complex filter coefficient of the equalizer, okay. And you know this G T is nothing else F conjugate T convolution with H equivalent T, and the desired output, if I want to say the desired output of the equalizer is must be x t, because x t we are transmitting and we have required this at this point, the value of dt must be x t. तभी हम क्या बोलेंगे कि जो हमने ट्रांसमिट किया वो हमें करेक्टली एट द रिसीवर साइड रिसीव हो गया. Okay, so for getting this situation or getting this condition, let's see this NBT whatever we are adding over here convolving, this is equivalent to 0. Okay, so in order to force that NBT, this order to force that d cap t equal to xt. Okay, if d cap equal to this d cap t must be equal to x t. So, for that you have to this equivalent term, okay, this g t should be equal to del t, impulse function होना चाहिए. In that case if g t equal to 1, this will be 0 because this equal to 0. If this will be equal to 1, at that condition you will get dt equal to x t. Okay. So, from that this equation you can easily say that this H equivalent F conjugate with of minus F equal to 1, where H equivalent F and FF are the Fourier transform of H equivalent T and F T, okay, this F T. So, these are the Fourier transform, sorry, this is will be the, and this is the Fourier transform of H equivalent. So, in this way you can say that this the multiplication of these two Fourier transform should be equal to 1, then in that condition you can receive the whatever you transmitted x t at the equalizer output. Okay. So, in this way you can model your system. Now, if I talk about the what are the equalizer techniques are available. Okay. So, this equalizer techniques are divided into two parts, that one first one is a linear and second was the non-linear type equalizer. So, in linear there are transversal lattice structure, okay, these are the different structures are available. Okay. Here DFE, ML symbol detector, MLSE, in these the DFE is represented by transversal and lattice, okay, and this ML symbol detector by transversal channel estimation techniques. So, these are the some algorithm are available on the basis of which are some are linear and some are non-linear depending upon the your nature of the your equalizer, okay, whether your output is linear and non-linear. Okay. So, there are some algorithm we are going to discuss in coming lectures. Okay. What are these? Zero forcing equalizer, decision feedback equalizer. Okay. So, we will discuss one by one these. Okay. So, you can see these are the techniques are available for your equalization purpose. Now, there is one transversal okay, structure is available, structure of a linear transversal equalizer. Okay. So, to the you can say the transversal filter also. Okay. So, you can see over here this is the structure of linear transversal equalizer. Okay, how it is coming. So, this is input signal, okay, and there are delay units are available, okay, and these are the coefficients, okay, filter coefficient are available, okay. So, what is happening here, this input signal combining with the your coefficient, and here is delay unit, your input is again combining with your another, and both quantity is adding over here. So, at the end you are getting the d cap k, okay. So, this is your threshold detector, it is passing with the threshold detector, and here we are getting the dk output. So, from here you can say this, let us see for easy understanding, yk is combining with this conjugate of coefficient, filter coefficient, okay, and after that it is adding with the previous one whatever was the result available, and further is going to in this way. So, each and every time your signal is shifting with or delaying with one unit and multiplying with the conjugate of the your filter coefficient, and at the end it is combining and passing through the threshold detector, which at the end this receiver signal is receiving. Okay. So, output of this transversal equalizer received at this output. Okay. So, this is the only portion of the your transversal equalizer only. Okay. Before that, obviously you are getting the transmitting the xt signal combining with the f conjugate of t, and at the receiver some noise also adding here. So, this is the only function of your transversal equalizer only. Okay. So, this is small introduction about the what is equalizer, why we have required this equalizer, okay, what are the equalization techniques, and what is this transversal equalizer. Okay. So, transversal equalizer nothing is the transversal filter, okay, and the block diagram of this structure is given by this figure. Okay. So, thank you students.